everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to my life in Taiwan. My name is Alan, and on this channel I enjoy sharing some of the interesting tidbits of life here in Taiwan as a foreigner. And today we are here in Wuzhi at the Taichung station of Taiwan's world famous HSR high-speed rail station. And the reason that we've come here today is because, as it's known in Chinese, the Gaotie is the fastest way of getting up and down this beautiful island. So today, because I was invited up to Taipei to partake in a little bit of filming for another educational company, I thought I'd make a little bit of a video featuring this amazing feat of engineering, share it with you guys, and more importantly, ask a question that sometimes pops up about this railway, and that is the HSR a huge waste of money? Let's get inside, talk about it, and find out. Okay, so before we get to the meat of the video, and before we let the dog see the rabbit, here are some quick-fire HSR facts that you may or may not be interested in. The HSR opened to the public on January 5th, 2007. The track is 350 kilometers long and connects Taipei in the north to Kaohsiung in the south. The line has 12 stations, 4 of which are underground, 7 are elevated, and only 1 is at ground level. Maximum operating speed 300 kilometers an hour. Each train is 304 meters long and carries 989 passengers. The whole project cost 513 billion Taiwan dollars. That's about 16 billion US. And it's the final fact that will lead me into answering this question as to whether or not the HSR is a business that makes money, and if it's a business that is beneficial to Taiwan as a country on the whole. And just to give you my opinion, a subjective answer, before we get to the objective facts, yes, in my opinion, the HSR is an absolutely essential part of Taiwanese culture, and I'm proud to live in a country that can implement such a huge project and keep it running smoothly and efficiently, making sure that people who live on this beautiful country can get up and down the island, visiting friends, visiting family, and seeing what this beautiful country has to offer. But as I mentioned, those objective facts, some of the financial figures, I think when we take a closer look, it might not paint such a rosy picture. But gotta get myself on the train, gonna be late, talk about it more on the train. Business class never hurts anybody. But back to the question at hand, and that 500 billion Taiwan dollars that I mentioned earlier, that cost made this rail project one of the most expensive private railway projects in history. And of course, that immediately put the company that built the railway, THSRC, into huge debt, despite the fact that the government actually owned a 37% stake in the company. Upon opening, passenger numbers fell way short of what was predicted, and only about 40,000 passengers were using the service each day compared to a predicted 240,000. So, as you can imagine, any business that's only getting 15% of the revenue that they had forecast, it's not looking too good for that business. Hence the reason that in 2008, after just a couple of years of operation and losses every year in the tens of billions, the government were required to step in and inject a 30 billion Taiwan dollar bailout just to keep the HSR alive. that importantly took the government's share of the railway from 37% now to a majority of 64% ownership. Oh, sorry, coffee, yes, please. Thank you very much. Oh, sweet, please. Thank you. But yes, anyway, there are plenty of other facts and figures that I found online about the viability of the railway, but I don't really want to get too lost in it, as now the railway is actually starting to make a profit. A few years ago it recorded a $20 billion profit, but year to year now it's about $4 or $5 billion in profit, and that is despite absolutely huge loan repayments, and interest on the loans apparently cost more than 10 billion NT a year. But anyway, as I mentioned, rather than focusing on the financial numbers and figures, what I would rather do is focus my question more towards the feeling of the people of Taiwan, and whether or not they personally value the railway, or indeed if they feel it's a total waste of money. We'll come to that later, but first, it looks like I've got a snack to eat. Not bad. Okay, yes, and about 45 minutes after leaving Taichung, here we are in beautiful Taipei, right outside the main station. Nice little cookie and a nap on the train. Cannot complain. Yeah, but anyway, back to that question that I was just talking about, and referring to the HSR, the system itself, and the Taiwanese people's opinion of it. That is exactly where the majority of you will come in. I want to put it out to you. What do you think about the HSR? Do you think it's something that you are proud of as a Taiwanese person, or is it just a big money pit wasting the government's and the taxpayers' money? As I mentioned earlier, my personal opinion is that it's an absolutely fantastic feature, and as a taxpayer here in Taiwan, I do feel I'm entitled to have my opinion. But yes, definitely let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And if you're not from Taiwan, if you're from a different country, let me know what your kind of flagship method of transport that your country has. I know Japan, China, lots of other Asian countries have some absolutely amazing methods of getting around the country. So yeah, let me know down below. I've got to rush off now to film for that company that I mentioned earlier. I'm off to Ximending. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little view into the HSR. If you've never been to Taiwan and you're coming here, I'm almost certain it's something that you will you'll try. And if you've been on the HSR before as a tourist, let me know what you think down below. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you next time in My Life in Taiwan. Peace.